today's a good day in a lot of ways. Good to be back practicing with the group, and still got a couple days with finals, and then obviously today being signing day, added a number of guys that we're truly pumped that they're part of the program and think they add a tremendous amount of value.
Well, based on numbers alone, it appears that offensive line was a priority. What do you like about the group of linemen that you bring in?
Yeah, like a lot about it. I think that because of the numbers, you've got there's different position flexibility in it, and we weren't necessarily gonna. You go into each year and you want to get a certain amount, but felt like it was really really good year in state certainly, and excited. Out of state who we added. And it's I like the group a lot, and you can go all over the country. We feel in evaluation that we had some really really good ones right here at home.
Everybody's different.
Linemen are different, but I know Barry used to like guys who were really good defensive linemen who he felt that gave him an edge on offense. I know Warner Barton, I think. Does that matter much to you, or is that something that you would like?
I think that I've always personally I've loved just anything that they can do more than just one thing, right? Whether it's multi-sport, whether it's certainly when you're playing offense and defense, doesn't matter really what position. You like seeing that, and I think we got some linemen that are athletic. Basketball players. Anytime you find a wrestler, that's a good thing. And like you said, like Ben's, they had a heck of a defense, and he was part of it. Really, all those guys would probably have been really good high school defensive linemen.
Keaton Johnson's a later commitment in this class. What did you like about him when you were recruiting him? Why did you feel like he was such a good fit?
Caden was when we were able to really, his recruiting, we got in on it early, and so really got to know him. I love kind of the makeup of who he is, and there again, as a guy that's we think he's a heck of a football player. I went and watched him play basketball, and they got a heck of a team, and he started on that for a while. But I think his personality, obviously his athletic ability. I think he's a really good fit here.
I'm guessing you don't care what other schools offer a kid you've identified
Correct.
as worth of coming here, but in some ways, is it encouraging when you get a kid and you know that schools A, B, C, and D, who you compete against on the field, you beat for him or not? Does that matter?
I mean, I think what matters is that if you like a guy and he'd be a great fit, you want to get him. And so, and a lot of those guys have other choices, right? But no, it doesn't matter as far as who it is or who you beat. Never been concerned about. We trust our evaluation, and that's trust our evaluation. Certainly, what starts the process is their football ability, and then it's who is this person and how do they fit. And when you get a guy that you think is certainly above the line athletically, football player wise, and then get around our players and you get to know him more, and you say, oh, this guy's a great fit here, then you get excited, and then you try to work your tail off to get him here.
When you evaluated Caden up front, what did you like about his ability? Because that's an important position on this defense.
It is, and feel like he's certainly got that combination of athleticism and strength, and kind of his frame and his size now, and what it could be, especially when that's one thing I like about when you recruit multi-sport athletes, when they just get a chance to focus on football and the training component of it. I think that he's kind of that combination we look for, and Coach April spent a ton of time recruiting them, and part of that is you're always watching them and evaluating them, and the more that's what's neat about this whole group. The more you watch them, the more excited you get about them.
What do you like about Jack Nelson?
Jack's he's really him and Trey. It's kind of how you'd want to draw up what a tackle looks like, and Jack, both are extremely athletic. It's been fun. Those were two guys we were on early, and it's been fun to see kind of their growth and their maturity. And Jack is again went and watched play basketball. He's athletic, and you watch him play football, and he's got He knows how to get nasty, and I love his approach. Like he truly wants to be the best player he could be.
I know you were roommates with Jack's dad. How quickly or how soon did he call you or mail you about Jack and his ability to play football?
Todd, they did a good job of kind of not pushing him to too many camps too early and all that, and so it was fun. When you can start recruiting, it takes a second. Like, holy cow, I guess we are getting a little bit older. Their kids are coming, but I thought the whole family did a good job of, just because Todd went here, they're going to let Jack figure it out, and we're excited that he's coming here.
Barry used to talk about the importance of building a wall around the state to make sure you have the best players that stay in Wisconsin. In your mind, how important is it for this program to go into other states and get some of the top talent from other programs that, as was mentioned before, you compete against?
Yeah, I mean, I think both are real, right? That it does start for us. It does start, in the state, and we've had a lot of really good players come out here. Maybe not as many numbers wise, but we've had a lot of really good players. I think for Wisconsin to be its best, you get the best kids, in state, and yet that will never fill up a class, and so you've got to go out of state, and when you do, you want to get guys that are a great fit, and you end up doing what you're saying and taking some really good players, and so I think that's what feels good is when they come. I don't know if it's necessarily, oh, we stole one from this state, right? It's not like that. I mean, the recruiting's, it's a two-way street. One side, the university has to identify it, and you're this, and then it's got to fit for the kid. But we're pumped about this group, in-state and out-of-state kids.
It's December of 19, but I think you got some kids who committed pretty damn early in the cycle.
Yeah.
Did you have to do much hand-holding, or were you confident that those guys, they weren't going to flip, they weren't going to change their minds?
I think we certainly were confident in the commitments and kind of the way we go about it. We're not going to just try to get a commitment to get one. They feel real, and yet we also know that when you get a commitment, all right, that means you got a really good shot at getting them, right? You got to keep recruiting them and keep working at it. But I think that if they go through the process, and this, I guess, is subjective, but the right way, and pick the place for the right reasons, then I think there is less flipping. And this group, I do feel like, they did pick Wisconsin for the right reasons. Maybe a little bit different for each kid, right? It's individual, but felt really good about the group, and when kids commit, you feel like, all right, and you get a sense of it, and we've had other commitments where it's okay, we're one of five, right? But these ones, and really a great number of them, when they commit, you feel like it's just that. It's truly commitment, and then you keep working and make sure. And even now, you got them signing day, but it's not over, right? And it's just beginning.
Well, it seems as though you addressed a lot of positions of need in this class. I think one that may not have been addressed yet would be running back. In your mind, how important is it to spend the next couple months leading into February to find someone at that position to fill an important role?
Yeah, I think it's. I think we'll continue to work at it, but don't feel like, boy, we have to do it. He's got to be the right fit.